AITA for telling my half-sister's best friend that she's just a baby maker? I, 29F, and my husband Lex, 29M, do not have kids. I never really thought much about it before, especially since I never cared about getting married, but then I met Lex, who is the love of my life. We've been together for 7 years and married for about 3. My half-sister Becca, 30, has been married for a year. Becca has a best friend Anne, 30F, who went to the same college as us. I never quite clicked with Anne, especially after college, and things got worse after Becca's wedding. Anne basically bullied me the entire time. During that time I met Anne's husband Ben, 32, who considers himself an alpha. In a convo with Lex, Ben openly said that he wanted a big family and said that vasectomies were against God's will and took away your manhood. When asked what he would do if something happened to Anne, he said, if she dies, saying that he wouldn't have time to mourn because he would be busy as a single father. They have 6 kids and Anne avoids BC because she believes it's toxic. Last weekend I went to Becca's house for a small party. There are 2 important things to note. 1, Becca didn't know about Anne's behavior toward me since I had shared it with her after, and while she offered to talk to Anne I turned it down because I was dealing with stuff. 2, that stuff was that about 6 months ago I lost my first child at 21 weeks. My pregnancy was already complicated and it became life-threatening. I won't get into details, but because of this experience I can never have kids. It's a huge health risk. I also can't use BC as it negatively affects my health and worsens conditions I have. I had to stop years ago because of this. Lex decided to get a vasectomy because he didn't want me to face any more pain or surgeries and he was scared of losing me. This was his choice alone. It's been tough. Lex is the only man I've ever wanted to have a family with, but we've decided to foster to adopt in the future as we still want to have a family and know there are so many kids in need. I shared this only with close family and unfortunately I gained a bit of weight during this time. While I'm working on getting back on track, it hasn't been easy. At the party I kept away from Anne, but she made a comment about how I've grown. I let it slide, but it seems like she overheard me talking with someone about what happened to me. While we were all eating, she loudly said how sorry she was about my loss. She added that she wished I had been aware of the risks of BC and hoped I could try again with the right diet. I effing lost it at that point. I snapped back with, at least my husband cares enough to keep me alive. You're just a baby maker and that's not the flex you think it is. I also said that she had cult mentality for wanting so many kids. They both want 12 plus. Things got heated and they ended up leaving. Now I'm questioning if I went too far. Some people say I was too harsh because she cares. She had some issues with pregnancy as well, while others said I was justified. So AITA? Small edit. Someone mentioned about her maybe being in an abusive relationship. I honestly would not know, and hope she isn't, but I do know she's one of this lifestyle since I've known her. She's of the men need to be men trad wife mindset. Her main goal was to spread her genes because she considered them to be perfect, whatever standard she means by that I have no clue of. My baby wasn't planned, and while I don't take BC, we use protection every time. It just happened. And I still have the ability to have kids, but I risked dealing with what I went through again, which nearly ended me. Surgery was an option, but Lex wasn't okay with that because I had already gone through enough and it was easier to get a vasectomy. I only found this out because of us getting pregnant accidentally, and apparently my doctors wouldn't have been able to know beforehand. I'm not in therapy to deal with how much this has affected me yet, but I will be soon. Kinda upset that I didn't think of this in the first place because this could have been avoided. I also just found out about Anne and her pregnancy issues through Becca. She hasn't said if she's upset, but she did explain that part and said if you said what you thought you needed to say, then it is what it is. Everyone said something and that's it. We kinda haven't talked since, minus her asking me something unrelated to this. I'm not happy with that as well because while Anne hasn't been nice to me, that's been Becca's ride or die for a very long time.